Hey, welcome back to my channel Endless Pages. I'm Liv and welcome to today's video, which is a reading vlog. Hello, how are we all? It is Monday the 21st of August, it's about 5:20 and my reading life is a little bit of a mess, so I thought I'd do a vlog to help me stay on track. I've been in a bit of a filming slump, so I thought the easiest, most fun thing to film at the moment would be just a reading vlog. No pressure, no themed reading vlogs, no challenges, just read with me for the week. Or maybe even a little bit longer. I think I might do this up to the end of August because I'm participating in the Magical Readathon, and normally with readathons I'm like, if I fail I fail, whatever. With Magical Readathon it's just like the one readathon that I just can't stomach the thought of failing. So I have a crazy hectic Magical Readathon TBR. As of today I've only finished 3 books this month, one being a middle grade kind of reread, so not kind of a reread, a reread. So I'm feeling a little bit disappointed with my reading efforts so far, and I have a lot of shit to read before the end of the month. So this vlog is to keep me accountable and to for you guys, so you can be entertained as I struggle to get through all of these pages in all of these great books. So what am I currently reading? I'm currently reading this chunky boy, House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J Maas, the second book in the Crescent City series. The first book being about a girl called Bryce whose best friend was murdered, and you jump 2 years after the death and she's a party girl drinking out of control, and the city officials task her with finding out who killed her best friend and make her work together with this enslaved angel called Hunt. Some romance ensues. This is a sequel to that book. I am 505 pages into this book. I feel like I've been reading it for weeks. I can't remember when I actually started this book, but I've just been reading it bit by bit. Some days I've read, one day like last week I read like 300 pages in one day, other days I've read like 20, so this has kind of been an ongoing work in progress that I've been reading, but I'm absolutely loving this book. This book is so fun. It is lovely and smutty, which I absolutely love. This is a very adult smutty book, and occasionally I do like some smut. And like the first book, there is a continuing theme of a mystery which is so good, and it's just so fast paced, and there's always so much happening that you're always so engaged. And if it's not a cute smut scene, it's a fun running around with your little found family solving kind of a mystery theme. I also like in this book that we're getting to know some of our side characters from the first book. We're getting to know them a lot more, getting their perspectives. Yeah, there's just so many running mysteries. There's always some kind of threat or new development that keeps this book moving like absolute crazy. I just checked and I started this on the 8th of August, so I literally have almost been reading it all month, which is crazy. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving this book. It's definitely a high 4 stars so far, but I hear it's a massive cliffhanger, which I'm absolutely terrified of. So my goal is to get to, I'm currently hosting some reading sprints as we speak, and I'm hoping to get to 600 pages tonight. That's the goal at least. And then I'll only have 200 pages left of this book. Crazy. So yeah, I'm absolutely adoring this book. I'm adoring the romance, but I don't know what to trust, because Sarah J Maas is known for her twists in romance and plot, so I'm either about to get my heart broken or some massive twist in a character that I thought I knew. I don't know. I don't trust Sarah J Maas. I feel like something's coming because everything's been kind of going a little bit too well so far. So yeah, but I'm also loving getting to know Rune, the character Rune, better. I love him. I don't know if that's how you say his name properly, but loving it. And as much as I feel like I've been reading it forever, I don't mind because I'm having a great time with it. So that's currently, I'm also currently reading 2 other books at the same time. This one has been very on and off, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Schwabi. I am 108 pages into this. This one, I'm enjoying. The writing is absolutely beautiful, and this is not my first attempt at this book, but it's so slow paced. So like, I tried the audiobook, I really did, but that's just not helping. This book is like, how many, like 440-ish pages, so I'm really struggling to get through it. I put it down and didn't really have much of an urge to pick it back up, but the writing is so beautiful, so that's also still on my TBR. I'm also listening to the audiobook of, why did I go like that? That's so weird. The audiobook of this book, Ruin and Rising, the 3rd and final book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. So I don't know how to describe the plot of this book. It's about the girl who like discovers she's got powers, your typical YA kind of plot. And there's this people called Grisha who have like, there's different ability groups, and yeah, I'm not going to try and explain this book. But anyway, this is the 3rd and final book. I have hated Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm, the first 2 books in this trilogy. The most slow, boring ass shit I've ever read. It's so boring. I'm only reading these books to get to King of Scars and the later books because I love the Six of Crows duology. And I want to see what those characters are up to. And I like the character of Nikolai that's in these books, and he's in King of Scars. So I will admit though, I am enjoying this book a lot more than the first 2. I don't know why. I think this is not that big of a book. Like, it's only like 350-ish pages, so I feel like it's a little bit more fast-paced than the previous 2 books, which means that it's not as slow and it's not dragging as much for me. Maybe that's changing my enjoyment, and yeah, it doesn't feel like it's dragging as much. I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm actually wanting to pick up the audiobook, which is crazy because like Shadow and Bone is like my nemesis. I hate that book so much. So the fact that I'm enjoying this is really like putting me off. I'm shook. I'm kind of just listening to the audiobook every time I'm out and about, and if I'm shopping or on the bus or walking home. And the audiobook's not that long, so I'm already on page 227 of this book, so I am making good progress. Good progress. So yeah, maybe it's the pace that's making me enjoy this a little bit more. I mean, I'm still not a big fan of like this kind of love triangle in this book, and Elena is still like a little bit, I don't know, her whole thing with one of the characters is like still really annoying me. But this is so different from the book because I watched the 2nd season of Shadow and Bone when it came out, because obviously I'm gonna watch my Crows. Even don't get me started a rant on that show. This vlog will go on forever. But I watched the show, and I'm pretty sure from the direction that this is going, the ending might be different. There's so much different stuff happening in the book than the show, and I'm liking the direction that the book is going better than the show went. But yeah, I have to try and not think about the show in my mind when I'm reading this book so I can just experience this. But I don't know, I'm enjoying it so much more, and I really didn't think I would. So at this rate, the rate that I'm flying through this book, I probably will get this done this week as well. So yeah, these 2 are the main ones. And then also there's like 3 books. Oh, where's the 3rd one actually? There's 3 other books on my TBR that I haven't finished or started. Haven't even started actually. Okay, so the 3 books I need to read. Good God, this is overwhelming. I also need to read this, Any Sign of Life by Ray Carson. This is a YA dystopian, pandemic-y kind of book about a girl that wakes up. Does she wake up in a hospital? Yeah, she wakes up after she had like a flu, and everyone's gone, the world's kind of ended, and she comes across this group of other young survivors and they realize that the apocalypse was not an accident. I really want to read this book. I feel like I'm going to love it. It's only like 300-ish pages. The writing's pretty big, so hopefully it wouldn't take me too long to get through. I've always wanting to find more post-apocalyptic books, and I'm really, really hoping I love this one. So I need to read that. Oh shit, I didn't tell you what like prompts each book's are for. This is for read without touching the ground, so I've been reading on the bed, reading on the bus, the Magical Readathon. This is for the prompt read a book from a finished series. Oh god, I should probably look this up, shouldn't I? Okay, I lied. This is actually for the prompt read a book with a red cover. This book is for the prompt read a book with the title that matches the lyrics to your last listened song, if that makes sense. This is the other book I need to read. This is for the prompt read a book from a finished series. One of Us is Next by Karen M. McManus. I had such a mixed experience with the first book, so I want to continue on and see if I should just give up on the series or keep going. It's like a high school Gossip Girl-esque kind of plot, I believe. In this book there is a copycat to what was happening in the first book. This book is one that I don't want to read. This was for the prompt like find a symbol from a tarot card pool, and that tarot card that I pulled had stars, so I went with this book. I don't want to read this book. I keep putting off this book and I don't want to read it. So this might be a book that I replace with another book. Not sure yet, I'll let you know. I forgot to say Ali LaRue is for the prompt go to a bookstore and staff recommendation, so that's that one. Yeah, so that's an incredibly overwhelming amount of reading that needs to be done before the end of the month. Let me hold it up. Oh shit, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Oh my god. Oh my god, so send help. Anyway, I thought I'd bring you guys along and see if I can, I'm dropping them, see if I can get through this. And I thought it'd be entertaining for you guys at least to watch me suffer. So, not suffer, I love reading, but stress, I should say. Yeah, so, like I said, the plan is to read 100 pages of this tonight. And yeah, I think I'll leave you at that. I probably overwhelmed you with information, but yeah, that's the plan. I'm probably just going to vlog for the rest of the month and bring you guys along. So I hope you enjoy this vlog and I'll see you when I have a reading update. Hi, it is currently Wednesday. It's about 2:30. I'm straightening my hair to go to work, but I finished this. Oh my god, I wish I was filming my reaction when I finished this book. Holy shit. Holy shit. That ending, that final line, oh my god. Oh my god, I can't say what I'm feeling without massive spoilers, but that was insane. That was insane. That was an amazing ending. The last third of this book is so action-packed and like so many reveals, so much was happening, and I was like, the final chapter I was starting to kind of see what was happening and I was like, and then something was said and it confirmed and something, and oh my, it was insane. Holy shit, I feel like I'm still reeling from finishing this. I'm in shock. I'm in actual shock from what just happened. I'm shook. I'm sad, but I'm shook, but I'm happy, but I'm sad. I don't know what I feel. This book has made me feel all of the emotions, so that's my update. I finished this book. Holy shit. I'm so annoyed that I can't talk about it more. I should have done a spoilery vlog with this book now that I think about it, but too late for that now. If you read this book, you know. But now I have to wait for January for a sequel to that. What a cliffhanger. Oh my god. Crazy. So yeah, I'm getting ready to go to work, doing a night shift, my second last Wednesday night shift at this place. And yeah, I mean, I should start another book straight away because I've told you what I need to get done and we're running out of days. It is the 23rd. But this is going to give me a book hangover for sure. Emily said that because she's reading this book as well. I don't think I told you we were doing a buddy read. So when I was messaging her on Discord, spoilers covered, she was like, you're going to get a book hangover. And I'm like, alright, yes, I think you're right. So, I mean, I think I might listen to a bit of Ronan Rising. I've got like 2.5 hours left of that audiobook. So, I'll either continue on with that, or I might, just to add to the chaoticness, might just start another book instead of continuing on with one I've already started. Which would make the most sense, right? But I don't like to be logical, so maybe I'll start one of us next. I don't know. I just wanted to update you to let you know that I'd finished this and I'm in shock. And I'll never recover from that. My God. I hate you, Sarah J. Maas, but I love you. But I hate you and fuck you for what you've done in this book. But I love you for what you've done in this book. You know what you did. Anyway, that's my update. I'm so mad I didn't film my reaction because I had quite a reaction reading the last bit of this book. Anyway, bye. Hello, it is Friday the 25th of August and boy do I have an update for you. Okay, last I think I saw you, I had just told you I'd finished Crescent City 2 in the morning, Wednesday morning, and I was still very much in my feels in that update. I also finished another book that day. Shock horror. I finished 2 books in one day. Unheard of. I'm so proud of myself. I had an amazing reading day that day. My God. So I also finished this book, Ronan Rising by Leigh Bardugo, the 3rd and final book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I'm free of this trilogy. I'm free. But I've got thoughts. So if you don't know, I hate Shadow and Bone so much. A Shadow and Bone I hated. It was so boring and oh my God, did I hate every page of it. Siege and Storm I hated a little bit, tinsy little bit less because of Nikolai's character. And this book I enjoyed. Like, I actually enjoyed. I don't know why I enjoyed this. I just felt less boring. It didn't drag. Maybe it was a bit more fast paced because it was the ending. We were trying to wrap things up. I don't know, maybe it was because I listened to this one on the audiobook because the thought of physically reading this before I started made me feel ill because I was like, I'm never gonna pick this up if I have to do it physically. Yeah, and this time around I was actually wanting to pick it up. Like, I was listening to audiobook, like, I've been listening to it for a lot of the month and then I decided on Wednesday just to make it a priority and try to finish it, and I was like really looking forward to starting, like, to picking it back up again. I don't know, it was more fast paced. I cannot describe why I like this book more than the others. Less boring. It was actually enjoyable. Elena and Mal, their relationship still annoyed the shit out of me, but I found Elena less annoying in this book. Maybe we got to see her more developed in this book, and I liked her character a little bit more. I liked, I guess, the exploration of her burden. That's all I'll kind of say without spoiling, but yeah, I like that a bit. I even wrote down a quote, a Mal and Elena quote. Can you believe it? They're so annoying, but I still like this cute quote between them. I don't know, should I not say this because it's a spoiler? I'll skip ahead like 30 seconds if you don't want to hear the quote, there's a spoiler, but a quote that I really liked was, "Whatever there is between us, we forged it, it belongs to us." I just thought that was a really cute quote. I cannot believe I'm talking about a cute quote between Mal and Elena. Also, iconic, I finally got to see for myself that "I am become a blade" line. Just absolutely freaking iconic quote. What was she thinking? Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna give this book 4 stars. Can you believe it? I actually enjoyed this book. Crazy. 4 stars to a Shadow and Bone book? Crazy. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. And then today I finished a book. I started this last night on audiobook, but I ended up deciding to pick it up physically. I wasn't really vibing with the audiobook, and I'm glad I did. I flew through it. This is One of Us is Next by Karen M. McManus, the sequel to One of Us is Lying. It's basically like the first book's set in high school, and we have this guy, Simon, who runs this gossip blog, kind of like Gossip Girl, of all the dirty secrets of all like the students in the school, and he dies in detention, and all of these other people that are in detention are looked at as suspects, and they're all just like stereotypical American high school, like got a jock and we have like a bad boy and like a nerd and all of that kind of stuff, and the pretty popular girl, etc., etc. And this is a sequel. We follow some of the main characters from the first book, but they're just kind of in the background or observed by other characters in this book. This is kind of a new set of kids. And there's kind of a copycat in town following the first book. And I rated the first book 3 stars because I thought it had so much potential, and I really liked the character development in that book, but I just feel like the mystery was kind of like a side plot, even though it's meant to be the main plot. And again, I feel like this book had the same issue. It was a really fast-paced ending, but that was because like nothing else kind of happened. Like there was things that happened in the book, but I feel like they should have the characters actually investigate what's going on, and that just doesn't really happen in this book other than one character. And yeah, I think I continue on with the series because I like the characters, even though, you know, there are some cringy stereotypical moments, but I like the characters. I like the exploration of friendships in this book and finding your actual friends, which can be sometimes hard in high school, finding out who's actually your friend and who are actually your people. So I enjoyed that. But yeah, I just feel like the mysteries are always such a letdown in these books, even though that's literally meant to be the main plot. So I think I'm going to give the third book a try because I may as well finish the trilogy, you know. But again, I feel like this book had the same issues as the first, but it's got like so much potential. So yeah, that was my update. I don't know what I'm going to read next out of my 3 remaining. I'll update you when I have decided what I'm going to read next. But yeah, I thought I'd give you that positive reading update. So I finished Ronan Rising on Wednesday, and One of Us is next today. So I'm killing it. Hey, it's Monday. It's about 8 p.m. at night, I think. Yeah. On the 28th of August. I don't know what this camera angle is. We're just going with it. I have a significant update. I haven't read anything in the last like 2 and a bit days. Not a single thing. I attempted on Saturday to start the audiobook for Legendary, the sequel to Caravel, which was for my tarot card prompt, and yeah, it didn't, let's just say it didn't go well. I listened to a bit before work and then didn't pick it up again. I'm so annoyed at myself. I was going so freaking well, and I was documenting how well I was going. I was going well, and yeah. I'm so annoyed. I have failed Magical Readathon. Failed, and it's very sad that I failed, and I know I actually haven't failed because you can catch up whenever you want. There's no time period. You can just go and read those books before the next round in, you know, whenever the hell the next round is. You know, there's usually quite a big gap between rounds, so it doesn't matter. But in my brain, I'm like, that's a fail because you haven't read it all in September. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed, but it is what it is. I am saying for the rest of the month, fuck the TBR, because that's clearly what's gotten me into this slump. Because as you saw, my momentum was so good, and then I was like thinking about either reading, you know, I had to read Any Sign of Life or Legendary or Addie LaRue, and my brain was just like, you don't want to do that. So, oh, I don't know if I think I didn't tell you either. I tried picking up Any Sign of Life on, maybe it was on the Friday. I tried picking it up and I got like, it's all the way over there. I got like 40 pages in and was not really vibing with it as well. So I think that's going back to the library for now. Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed, but it is what it is, and now I have a couple of days to read whatever the fuck I want to read. So we're going to take this as a good thing, and a couple of chill days before the chaoticness of my September TBR begins. So if you don't know, I'm participating in Sufferathon in the month of September, which is a readathon that is going to be run by Paige from Pages with Paige. I will tag the announcement in the description below. And this is going to be a readathon where prompts are just kind of like dropped whenever. She just put up a video about needing to read any book with illustrations in it. so like graphic novel, manga, etc. And I asked on one of the discords, I was like, does this need to be read before September? And Paige responded to the most ominous response. It was like, whatever you think. I can't remember the exact wording, but it was like something like, whatever you think. And that makes me think that I'm going to get somehow punished if I don't do this before September. So Paige is crazy. I don't trust her with this readathon. I feel like there's going to be so many punishments, and I'm going to get like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like tricked, and it's going to mess with my head, and like, yeah, I'm not risking it. So I'm going to read a graphic novel or a manga before September just to be on the safe side, because this readathon is going to be tricky and it's going to mess with you, and the point is to make you suffer. So I'm going to avoid all punishments that I can. So I think I'm going to attempt to pick up this as my book with illustrations. The manga, Spy Family Volume 3. I really enjoyed the first two. It's basically about this spy called Twilight, and he needs to kind of adopt this fake family for a mission to infiltrate this high school. So he, as for the mum, he gets with this woman, like not gets with her, but like starts a family with her. And she is like, I can't remember her name. She's an assassin, but he doesn't know she's an assassin. And then they adopt this little girl called Anya, who's the cutest character ever, and they don't know that she's telepathic. And she can hear all their thoughts, like the spy and the assassin thoughts. So it's quite funny, and it's wholesome and feels very chosen, you know, chosen found family. So I feel like this will be a fun time, and this will be a quick and easy and wholesome way to get me back in my reading mood. So I'm hosting sprints currently on my channel. So I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to start this, I think, and then I'm going to do a little bit of editing as well, because it's been like 12 days since I've uploaded a video when I'm filming this. So okay, wish me luck. Let's get my reading back on track before the end of the month, before we start September and I start September off in a slump, which we're trying to avoid. So yeah, I'm gonna read Spy Family Volume 3. Hello, it is Wednesday the 30th of August. It's almost 2 o'clock, and yeah, time for an update. It's my last day, my last shift this evening at my current job, and yeah, I guess I'm in a bit of a weird mood because of it. Like, I don't know, it's this feeling of like finality, if that's the right word. Like, this is the first time I've left a workplace that I've been sad to leave. Like, it's bittersweet. Like, I'm so excited that I finally got full-time work. About time at my age that I get it. But yeah, I'm sad to leave because I enjoyed my job and I enjoyed who I'm good at, and I feel like I have a bit of imposter syndrome. My brain's like, well, what if they hate you at the new place? What if you're shit at it, even though it's basically the same job but a few new things that they will train me on how to do. But yeah, it just, my brain's like, this is final, there's no going back now. This is your last day at this current job, and you've made this decision, it's happening, you're starting the new job next week. Like, so yeah, yeah, it feels really weird to be finishing up at this place. I mean, I've only been there for a year if you combine all of my roles that I've been at this place, but yeah, it feels so fucking weird. Anyway, my brain's just being mean. You are not my therapist, guys. Anyway, reading update. That was probably a little too deep. I'm sorry. Anyway, doesn't the brain suck sometimes? So I think yesterday I told you, yes, I told you hadn't read for 2 and a bit days, blah, blah, blah. Failed Magical Readathon, and I was going to try and pick up Spy Family, and I did. I picked up Spy Family Volume 3 when I hosted sprints last night. And this is, I think, my favourite Spy Family so far. I rated this 5 stars. I think the other ones I've rated 4 stars maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But holy moly, is this good. This is so good. Like, it was the funniest volume so far. I was cackling the absolute whole time. It took me like an hour to read. And it was fucking hilarious. It was so good. I was taking so many screenshots, like, of just the different like facial reactions of Anya, who is the best character. There was like this hilarious dodgeball scene. The whole thing was so funny. Anya's like absolutely iconic. and her drawing of a cow. Like, stop, this was the funniest thing I've ever read. It was so wholesome, it was so feel good. I absolutely adored this. I just love the humor in this. I was cackling and crying and laughing my ass off the whole time. So this was definitely the right decision to make. I kind of want to jump into volume 4 straight away because I do own volume 4, but I think I'm going to leave it for next month because it's spy and I'm doing the spy path for for Adventure-a-thon next month. So I thought it would be more fitting that I read volume 4 next month, but 5 stars. Freaking hilarious. And I want to at least attempt to read one more book before the month ends, which I don't know how I think I'm going to read a book in 2 days, and definitely not a high fantasy one, but I really want to start this. I'm really in the mood to jump back into a fantasy world and get caught up in a fantasy series, so I thought I would pick up the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, the first book in the Broken Earth series. This is about a mother who goes on this mission to I think her husband like killed her son and then took her daughter, and it's also set in this world where there's this place called this land called the Stillness, and this catastrophe kind of happens at the Stillness, and then this kind of end of the world scenario kind of happens, and everyone's fighting for the basic resources of water, and when the Stillness disaster happened, it blocked the sun, so there's no light to grow food or crops, and all these powers are fighting over like water and food, and there's this bad group called the Empire. So I know that's really confusing. I have started this. Ren is currently sprinting, so I started this in Ren's sprint. I've read 14 pages so far of this book, and so far in the first chapter the writing is absolutely beautiful. Like, I can see where I won a writing award. Like, so far the writing's beautiful, but it's like one of those fantasy books where you're like, what the actual hell is going on? There's a lot of made up fantasy words being used so far, and I'm kind of following along. There's just so much happens in the first 14 pages, keep jumping from like thing to thing, which is kind of confusing me a little bit. And then they'll tell you about a thing and be like, don't worry, you don't need that information. This is not important, I'm just telling you. So I'm like, okay, that information can go out of my brain then. But yeah, so far it's a little bit overwhelming. And it is making me feel a little bit dumb, but that's okay. We're going to power through because I'm just kind of following along and the writing is really beautiful. So I will also say check the trigger warnings for this book because there's mentions of abuse, rape, and was there anything else? Yeah, I don't know, check the trigger warnings because this book kind of starts off very heavy. And yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this book. I'm going to have to take my time with it, be patient with my brain, because yeah, this is going to be a lot to understand. And maybe if we can slow down with the fantasy words that don't have an explanation yet, that would be great. So yeah, I'm going to read maybe a little bit more of this on my way to work. I'm going to do my final shift. I'm sad, it's my final shift. And then I'm done forever with this place. I'm sad, I really enjoyed working there. But bigger and better things, onto full-time work with more involvement in the library, which is what I want. So yeah, anyway, that's my reading update. Everyone read Spy Family, it's amazing. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go eat some more food before I go to work, so goodbye. Hey, so I went to edit this and realised that I never wrapped this vlog up, so let's quickly do that now because I believe this vlog's already over 30 minutes long with no b-roll. Anyway, apparently I like the sound of my own voice. Last time I saw you, I had just started the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I ended up reading 130 pages of this, so I'm pretty happy with that. Pat on the back. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a book that I'm not just going to be able to sit down and just focus on this for like a week or so. I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit heavy and the content's going to be a bit heavier, and it's quite a sad book so far, so I feel like this is going to be one that I'm just going to have to work my way through over time, and just kind of pick up this book when I know I'm really in the mood and when I'm not tired from work like I am right now. So yeah, this maybe I will have to read this over the long weekend or when I have some time off or something, just so I can really give it my full attention. But what I've read so far, I really love. The writing style is really beautiful, but yeah, it's a tough read in terms of it's quite sad and it's quite high fantasy. So those two combined make it quite difficult to get through, but I'm really enjoying it so far, and I definitely will pick it up again soon. So I'm sorry to finish off this vlog with an unfinished book, but I was being realistic and showing you how the end of my month really went, and that's how it went. Although I technically failed Magical Readathon, like I said, I'm pretty happy with the books that I read in this vlog. It was fun to film anyway, and I can't believe it's already over 30 minutes long with no b-roll, so that's pretty wild. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below. Have you read anything that I talked about in this vlog? Did you participate in Magical Readathon? If you did you pass or did you fail like me? Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. All my social media links are in the description below. Give this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you would like to see more of my content. That's all for now, and I will see you in whatever the hell I post next. Bye!